Hello, kit heads. We are talking kit, the home of the greatest football kit content made for football kit fanatics by football kit fanatics. I'm one of those fanatics, double A. It's good to see you. Good to be here on a Tuesday. That's Tuesday, is it? It's Wednesday. That's what it is. For Full Kit Rankers, 9:30. We was away last week, but we are back. I was at the Manchester United Spurs game, which was very good for me, I have to say. There's a Spurs fan on tonight. We won't talk about it, but let's just say I'm happy he's not. But yeah, we are back for the Rank Bank Full Kit Rankers. We've got 10 shirts to look at and a host of people here that want to rank along with me. And I'm looking forward to it. 10 great shirts again. If you've not seen it, it is 10 humiliating defeat shirts. So we're looking back at 10 disastrous results for some teams and the shirts they wore when they got beat. I'm going to get all the guests on in a little bit, but I've got some news. You may have seen it on Twitter and Instagram. Well, it's a big moment for Talking Kit and Full Kit Rankers, I have to say. So Full Kit Rankers is now sponsored. The show is sponsored by one of what I would say one of the greatest up and coming, if not already established, football shirt websites. It is indeed Retro Football Kits. You may remember a couple of episodes ago, we had Jay on from Retro Football Kits. He does their YouTube channel and he works obviously for the company. So we're really pleased to be, being part of the family. And yeah, Retro Football Kits is sponsoring the show. I can't really say much more than that. It's a big moment for me, starting the channel just over a year ago to have the show sponsored. I'll let you into a little secret. The best thing about it for me, I went to the offices the other day and I get to use shirts. I don't own that shirt. I wish I did. I am going to buy it off them. But it's a little hint of what's coming up in the show tonight. But I get to use a shirt in the background from their warehouse, which I have to say is, I don't really talk about wet dreams, but their warehouse is a wet dream of mine. I have to say, I was there the other day and it's just unbelievable. Like some of the shirts they've got, J-League, PS, like United, racks and racks of United shirts. They've got every team you can think of, Brazilian teams. It's just amazing. So yeah, make sure you go and check Retro Football Kits out. They do some great work over there. As well as that, we are sponsored by them, but we've got a little added incentive as part of the partnership that we now can offer 10% off orders with Retro Football Kits. Just using code TalkingKit TalkingKit10 when you get to checkout, and get 10% off all of those lovely football shirts. That's why we're here. So we like to help you from helping us. A little 10% off your orders when you're buying shirts. I know it's coming up to Christmas. Maybe the kit lover in your life would like something from Retro Football Kits. So yeah, Full Kit Rankers is now sponsored by Retro Football Kits. So it's nice. I like it. Yeah. So shout out to them. Hopefully we'll have Jay on again soon for another episode. Maybe do a little something on their channel as well, which will be great. But if it's your first time talking kit, be sure to smash a like on the video tonight. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it's football kit content for football kit fanatics by football kit fanatics. So that's what we kind of do. So let's move on with tonight's show. Enough waffling from me. So yeah, 10 humiliating defeat shirts. And there's no regular rankers tonight. So we've got no Josh, we've got no Dom, and we've got no Sean. I'm holding the fort alone, but I've got 4 great people. Some returning for other appearances. I'm sure one is on the hat trick. And 2 debutants as well. So yeah, make sure you go nice and easy with them. But I'm looking forward to getting all 4 on, and we can have a nice chat and a nice rank together. The first guest I'm going to get on is someone I've been trying to get on. Full Kit Rankers especially. She's been on the channel before way back when we did the strip down. She came on. Let me just say, she puts a lot of people to shame with her football knowledge. She's brilliant. She's out there. She's everywhere. She's literally everywhere. She's a bit like Kante. She's like the football content version of Kante. She's everywhere on the pitch. But yeah, I'm glad she's here tonight, and she's our first female ranker as well, which is even better, I guess. It is the wonderful, the beautiful Kendall Rowan. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you. That was the best introduction I think I've ever had in my whole life. I'll take that. I'll take it all day long.
Not one word written down either. It's all off the top. of the head.
Absolutely incredible. I'm so impressed. No, thank you. It's actually really good to be here. Yes, I have been meaning to come on here for absolutely ages.
Yeah.
But finally we're here. We are doing it. And yeah, I'm really, really excited. And it was a lot harder than I actually thought, to be fair. A lot harder.
Well, this is it. This is what I say to people. People just think, oh, well, I can just put them in any order. Then the way I've had to change the way I do it now. So I look at the first shirt and I put that number 1. Then look at the second shirt and I say, oh, is that better or not? And then it's a way of doing it. Actually, I do it every week. So I've kind of got used to the system. But when it's new, it's a bit daunting. But yeah, I remember you saying, like, obviously you wanted to come on, but the old time at 8 o'clock conflicted with parental duties. So I'm not saying we moved the show especially for you, but
you know, I'll take it. I'll put, you know, I know you're saying you haven't, but in my head you have. So
I'm happy for you to walk away with that as a parting gift from Talking Kit. But no, thank you so much for coming on. I'll ask you in a bit how you found it in terms of the shirts and stuff. But yeah, we'll get on with some other guests coming on. I'm gonna save you till last time, I think. Right, the next guest coming on. He's on his hat trick, I believe. He's just bankrupted himself by buying 3 of the new Venezia jerseys. He was on a couple of episodes ago, so he's already on his second appearance of this series, which is great. Great on TikTok. I absolutely love his TikTok. I love the fact he tags me in them, so I get to watch them. I love. Do you know what my favorite thing about his TikTok is? His face. When we find out who he is, and you go on his TikTok, right, and just look at his face when he does his transitions into his shirts, he has his face on him, and it looks dead. Not smarmy, but it's funny. That's all I can say. It is Dan. It is Retro Shirts FC. Hi, mate. You all right?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm working on the transitions. I'll get there eventually. Don't worry.
No, don't get me wrong. The transitions are good. And your face when you do it, though, I love it. It's my favorite.
I've got to stay in the same place. I got to concentrate.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. So you've got one of the Venezia shirts on tonight. I can see.
I have. Bankrupted me.
Mate, I seen you when you put out the tweet out there, and then you was commenting how much they cost you. Mate, it made my eyes water, and I didn't even pay a penny towards it. So,
well, I've had to sell it to you. Don't worry.
Well, yeah, I saw the sales thread. So, you good though? Everything well?
Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to it.
Amazing, and yeah, it's good to have you back on as well, mate. Thank you for
back on.
And your the hat trick ball's on its way. I think I'll check. You know how you might not get it? Royal Mail strike.
Yeah. No worries.
That's what'll stop it. But you know, we'll see what happens. Right, let's get another guest on. So he's coming back. I'm sure maybe second appearance. His podcast, I love it. Hopefully, I'm going to be in there again soon. If you're into your noughties football, it's all about noughties nostalgia. Another person who is absolutely killing it on TikTok as well. He does the opening the sticker packs, which really. I've started watching it, and it's brilliant. I absolutely love it, especially his reactions when he gets a big sticker. Kendall, what's happened?
Sorry, no. Grayson just needed an overhead kick, but the keeper saved it and palmed it back out. I thought there was going to be a rebound, but there wasn't. Sorry, yeah, for anyone watching this and thinking, what the hell am I doing? I'm having like a mid-existential crisis. I kind of am. Atleti are my second team, so I'm literally just watching them right now in the Champions League, and it is 2-2. So if we lose, then we're out of European football altogether. So, yeah, peak times.
Yeah, I just thought he was really, really excited and shocked. That we're getting
so that's I was like, oh my god,
our lives.
So it's not the first time I've had my thunder taken from me, as my many ex-girlfriends will prove it too. I won't go into detail. But I hope
it's not the time. It's not the time or the place. It's not the time.
Yeah, quite right. I'll save that for the dating show I've got in the works.
Mate, you okay? It's been a while.
Yeah, doing very well. How are you guys?
Well, it's not about us. It's about you now. We're talking about you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. How are you? How are you doing? How's life? How's the TikTok? How's the stickers?
It's gone fucking mental, to be honest. It's I'm actually doing it full time, so I quit my job last week, and it's going absolutely mad. A bit of this, bit of that, but it's going too well. If anything, I can't keep up. The pressure's too much. I'm having a mental breakdown every day. But it's going all right.
I mean, I'm happy to hear it. Team of our lives coming back as well.
It is. So we've been we've got World Cup mini series called Dream of Our Lives in the works, coming up in a couple of weeks' time as well. Just recorded an episode tonight as well about footballers who were too good for the Championship but not good enough for the Premiership in the noughties. So yeah, we've got a few guests coming on in the future and some ex-pros. So yeah, all go.
Love it. Absolutely love it, mate. Yeah, thank you again for coming on Full Kit Rankers. It's a pleasure to have you here.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Few shirts from the Naughty, so I expect you to be full of stories and facts.
Yeah, I've got a good one about the spoiler alert Brazil shirt.
Brazil shirt. I don't know what you're talking about. What Brazil shirt would be in there? I don't know what you're talking about. It's all good. Right, okay. And our last guest, like I said earlier, it's Tom. He's been on the podcast. He was on one of our first very main podcasts as a guest host, which was brilliant. And I think he may have been on the strip down as well, or he may have been in the background of one episode. But he is the person that created the Full Kit. No, not Full Kit. He's the Talking Kit theme tune. It's my ringtone. It's probably a lot of people's ringtones, I'm guessing. It is Tom. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Mate. No, cheers for having us.
I noticed, so I can see all your screens when you're backstage, and I started the show with a theme tune. There was a little wry smile from you there, mate. I think you may have got upset a little bit.
Yeah, it's sounding fresher than ever, isn't it? I don't hear it all the time, so when I do, I'm like, that is really good. Which genius did that?
It was fucking you, mate. That's who it was. That genius.
No imposter syndrome or anything.
No, and obviously I did mention a couple of episodes ago. Obviously we're starting a new series on the channel. It's going to be a shorter video. So those people that are thinking, why can't they do a video that's not 2 fucking hours long? Don't worry, one is coming. It's going to be about 15-20 minutes, guys. So don't worry. Desert Island Kits, we've kind of revamped it from the main podcast and let them into a little secret. Tom, we've been reworking the Talking Kit theme tune for that, haven't we, mate? Which is
we have been keeping me busy, haven't you?
Well, you know, someone's got you, mate.
Mate, I love it. I love getting involved with it, and yeah, it's do you know, it's so much fun just like messing around and stuff, and yeah, buzzing with it.
Don't say messing around, because if my girlfriend hears you, she thinks, is that all you do? No, proper stuff. Come on.
Yeah, it is. Serious business.
Yeah. Well, thanks, mate, for coming on. I'm excited.
Cheers for having us, dude.
To rank with you as well. So, that's before we get into the 10 shirts, and we explain the format to anyone who doesn't know. Did anyone enjoy, hate, find it hard ranking these shirts? Was it easier than you may have thought, or what? How did we find it?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky, to be honest. I think there's a lot in there that I could have, you know, if you gave me that list another day, it would be all over the place.
They don't like it to be easy. I want people to struggle. I want people to really think about it. And do you know what? I'll have to say, hands down, you're the earliest set of guests I've had that have given me the shirt, the rankings back. Normally, I'm cursing people out on a Wednesday morning, thinking I'm going to struggle to get this show together. But you guys can come again. Like, honestly, Josh, Sean, and Dom, I've got a lot to learn from you. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. Right, we'll get into it in a minute. Your comments, get them in. There's a few in already. Retro shirts, hello. Jackson's jerseys, as always, is here. He's saying evening, guys, or evening kit heads, even. Viking Football YouTube, hello. Marie Clark, Hugh Darling, thank you very much for joining us. I know you watch it back most times, to be here live. That's amazing. And I think Dom has jumped in as well, saying a grim list. It wasn't grim. It was a good list. You're just an embarrassment to yourself, Dom. Is what. Right. The show is as follows. I sent out 10 shirts to each of our panelists, or our rankers, I should say. And we all ranked them favorite to least favorite, 1 to 10. Each number carries a number. So number 1, you get 10 points. Number 10, you get 1 point. I then score everyone's list, and it makes a definitive list, which I have right here. And then we go through 10 to 1, and we crown our winner. Pretty much that's it. It's that simple. I'll just, before we start, if you haven't already, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow all these guys. All their links are in the description. And let's get into it. This week's list, the 10 humiliating defeat shirts that we have got. So let's crack on with number 10 on our list. With, you know, it mostly always happens with the bottom. There's always one that is seen as the worst, and this is generally what happened with this one, to be fair to you. 10 points only. Some people say Kendall's going to have an agenda against this team. It's Liverpool's third shirt, Oh, no, it's not. It's Liverpool's away shirt, sorry, from 2015-16. And the reason this was chosen is because it was worn during their 6-1 defeat to Stoke, that famous Stoke in 2015. What made it even sweeter was it was Steven Gerrard's last game. I mean, that just adds even more sauce to it, to be fair to you. But saying that, not enough to carry it up off the bottom of the list. It was 9th on my list overall. There's one shirt I find worse for particular reasons, which we'll get to. But we're not here to listen to me and why I like it or dislike it. Let's get into our panel. Tom, I'm going to start with you simply because you had it highest out of the 5 of us in 8th place, not too much higher. But yeah, what are you thinking on this Liverpool shirt and the result, I guess, as well? That would be good to know.
Well, to start, I feel dirty if I've ranked it the highest, so apologies, everyone. Yeah, do you know what? I remember we played at Goodison on the final day. It was the last day of the season, weren't it? We played at Goodison, and at half-time, it was 5-0 to Stoke, weren't it? And when it got announced over the tannoy, the whole stadium just erupted in laughter. I've never known anything like it in a football stadium. Like the full 15 minutes for half-time, everyone was just laughing. It was insane. And yes, it was good memories from it. And I'm just not a fan of it. It just looks like they weren't really sure what to do. Like the collar's decent. It looks like it could be nice if it was all black or if it all had something, just like one thing to it. But it's just like they got a bit bored and thought they'll just throw a few bits on there and the stripes going across. It just looks ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a poor grade. It reminds me of the Manchester United shirt, 17-18, the black. But obviously, it's all black.
Yeah.
Red with the black. No, brilliant. So anything redeeming really that you really like that stands out, or is it just a standard New Balance shite shirt?
Yeah, to be fair, I am a massive fan of collars and buttons and stuff like that. I'm all about it, but like, there's just too much really wrong with it. But yeah.
Fair enough, mate. Ollie, we'll come to you. You had it one place lower in 9th. The thing that sticks out for me on this photo particularly, and it doesn't help the shirt in any way, why has the ghost mannequin got a semi, mate? Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, I can only imagine it saw you in the park, Aaron, but who knows? It's an awful top. It is tragic.
How do you know I've been to the park?
Yes. I also was there. No, that makes me sound bad, doesn't it? No, it's back to the top. It's shocking. It's a glorified training top. That's what it is. When I think of a Liverpool kit, you're thinking red, white, yellow as well. So they're kind of like 3 rotational ones. Terrible sponsor as well, Standard Chartered. I don't know. It's just not. It's not Doritos, is it? It's not Pizza Hut. It's awful. And I'm not a big fan of New Balance.
No, that seems to be the way. Republic of Ireland will agree with you as well after they cancelled their New Balance Umbro sponsorship this week. A little bit of kit news there in the middle of the show. Dan, we'll come to you as well on this one. 9th place overall for you. It's just not nice, is it, really? I mean, what can you say? Is there anything you can say that can persuade us why we shouldn't have it bottom? Because you didn't put it bottom, so...
Yeah, I've got a reason for the 10th being at the bottom. So,
just looking at your list again, I think I know why. Yeah, I think I might know why.
There's nothing good about it. I think the only good thing is that the sponsor badge and New Balance badge are all the same colour. Like, they could have made it even worse and that wasn't matching, but
yeah,
I don't think they've not even done the collar well, I don't think. And normally that kind of redeems it, but it just like the collar ends. It's only got like a tip of colour on the collar, and that's it. And yeah, it's just a bit tacky, I think. All the New Balance shirts for Liverpool were really. I don't remember him doing a good one.
No, I don't think either. Also, I find it inappropriate that Tino's pouting there, like he's posting.
So what it looks like. It looks like a bunch of referees who put together a 5-a-side team
and got smacked. Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's true. Kendall, will come to you because you're the only person that had it bottom of the list, even though it did come bottom overall. So I mean, you really don't like it, and some people say it's because you've got a Liverpool agenda. I'm not saying that. I'm just going off.
I'm sure that's what will be said after this, no doubt.
But I mean, the only good thing about this kit for me, and I'm sure you might agree, is that picture right there, Steven Gerrard looking absolutely forlorn. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy, could it?
No, absolutely not. Slippy G in that. Yeah, I hate everything about it. I hate it. Looks too busy on the front. There's too many stripes. There's too many details. Like, there's not even just one pattern. It's like stripes. It's got little like lines on the sleeves. I hate collared shirts. I hate shirts with buttons. For me, I just prefer the more modern, just like either a round neck or a V-neck shirt. So yeah, everything about it, even the shorts look like like a shell suit.
Yeah,
like everything about it. The socks don't matter. It's just everything about that whole kit, and everything is just horrible. I normally actually quite like blackout kits. And to be fair, I like when the badges and the sponsors and the crest all match. That's something that is actually like, I normally go for shirts that look like that now. But yeah, I just hate everything about it. That you'd have to pay me to get me in that, and I'm talking like a big money, or to get me in any Liverpool sort of related stuff anyway, really. But yeah, that shirt specifically, don't like it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Dan to chip in to get you in a Liverpool kit, but he's skint, so there's no point. Don't worry about that. One thing I will say, we'll move on from this one now, but those socks look like a Manchester United home socks, which is weird for me. I can't associate Liverpool with red and white on the socks, but never mind. We'll move on from this one. Number 10 on our list then. We'll move on quickly because there's not much more to say. It's not nice. No one likes it. And it is Liverpool's away shirt from the 6-1 versus Stoke. Steven Gerrard's last game. Not only that, to make it worse, he's also unemployed now. So, it's not going well. He's on our list and also going on the dole, mate. I mean, moving on then. Number 9 on the list. Let's go into it. 20 points. So that's how much this Liverpool shirt was hated. Because to jump up 10 points to 9th really does say something. So, yeah, 20 points for this number 9. And it's this shirt from Argentina from 2007. You may think, it's the World Cup for Argentina 2006. But no, it's actually the women's team in 2007 playing the world champions Germany in the opening game of the 2007 Women's World Cup. And they lost 11-0. I mean, you'd never think of Argentina losing a game 11-0. But obviously Germany being one of the greatest teams in women's football at that time, absolutely demolished them. They went on to win the tournament again. Germany were the first team to do it back-to-back in the women's game. The USA have since gone on to do that. But we talk about this shirt. It's obviously that team guys template the men's team did actually wear. But yeah, I mean, 7 for me overall. Team guys can be hit and miss. I think this is not actually a bad one. It's all right. Moving on to our list. Let's start with someone who had it. Ollie, let's start with you because it was dead last for you, mate. Is it the team guys? Is it Argentina? What is it for you that doesn't quite work?
It's just an awful shirt. There's just too much going on. There's gold, there's light blue, you've got another shade of blue on the sleeves, you've got the little indent on the collar. It just looks like a kind of, one of those kits you make on like FIFA or like Pro Evo. It's got the templates and you kind of like mash it together. You think that'll look good, and it looks fucking awful. It looks like it's designed by a 12-year-old. It's awful. Nice badge though. I'll give it that.
Yeah, not for me, the badge, I'm afraid. Tom, let's come to you again. 7th on your list. So same as me. A little lower than we would have thought. So, I mean, sometimes it's easier to remember shirts, obviously, for when they were first worn. So you think 2006 and that Argentina team, but obviously it was worn by the women's team. Is there anything that really stood out for you in this shirt that you liked, that was positive, and why you placed it? Or was it just a case it was free worse?
Yeah, bit of both, really. But the whole collar and how it comes down and cuts across, it's just, it's borderline offensive. That it's just weird, isn't it? Like, I don't understand what it's for, or like what the point is in it, and like the fact that there's all like colours and just stuff around. It just looks like it's just a mishmash in it. There's not really much good about it. Like with most shirts, even if it's like a pretty shocking shirt, you'll find something and think, oh, at least it's all right. But like, nah, just not really having anything with it. Just, yeah.
Kendall can't believe you just slagged off that shirt.
No, it's because Atleti have got a penalty. That's all.
Oh right, well,
in 96 minutes of 5 minutes at a time. By the way.
Oh geez, right, quickly then, so you can watch the pen. You picked 4th for your list, Kendall. What do you like so much about this one?
I quite like it, but when I look at it closer now, I don't like it as much. See what I mean? Someone else said earlier that their list will be all over the place one day, and that's literally me. I don't like it. Looks better there. Like I quite liked how everything matched together. Like I said, I like international shirts more than anything else because they obviously they don't have a sponsor normally. So yeah. I much prefer an international shirt, just because it's cleaner. I didn't actually mind it, but looking at it up close there, I dislike it quite highly. So not entirely sure where I did, but initially I didn't think it was actually too bad. But when you look at the details, it's not great. But yeah, I quite liked the colourway. It's not like Atleti's away shirt this year is the same colours, and I really like it. So yeah, I think it's all right. I don't mind it. As I say, I quite like international shirts more than like regular league kits, just due to the sponsor and just the cleanness of it all. So yeah, I think it's all right. Looks a little bit Man City-esque when you look at it from again now, actually. So yeah,
that makes me
oil clubs uniting that.
Obviously, yeah, you got to back each other now, haven't you, I guess.
got to back up my neighbours. But no, it's all right. It looks it is what it is. But yeah, it looks worse now that I've looked at it again.
It is very meh. Obviously, Joni wearing a Team Guys there. Dan, we'll finish off with you again. Someone else who had it 7th. For you, being a massive kit collector, Team Guys, it doesn't go down very well, does it? Even though they redid it, and I'll say I'm a hypocrite. I bought the Ajax one. But what are your overall thoughts on the Argentina shirt and probably the Team Guys in general? How does it sit with you?
Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of like the original template. Again, yeah, the re-release. I've got the Ajax jumper. It's really nice, but yeah, I'm not a fan. I think it looks. They've got this Adidas badge centralized, and then the Argentina badge on the side. But I guess they put it in the middle. It looks too similar to the T90 template. I'm guessing that's why they didn't want to do it. But I think I'm with everyone else. The ones at the bottom of my list are kind of they're all kind of level. Just they'll be different every time. The bottom few, but. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, but it's not. I don't think there's anything great about it now.
No, fair enough then. Kendall, what happened? Because you looked very shocked.
He missed the penalty. Crasco, well, the penalty was saved. Then there was a rebound which hit off the crossbar, and then there was another rebound which went wide. But now, obviously, because I can't hear because the sound's not on, everyone's just ran at the pitch, and I don't know whether he's looking at someone encroached, so I don't know whether he might have to take it again. I'm not entirely sure, but no, it isn't. That's not. It's full time. I thought the ref was blown because something had happened, but no, it's full time. 2-2.
Thank you, Kendall. Over at the Malapala.
I just did a Chris Kamara there, didn't I? I was like, I don't know, Jeff.
No, I don't know.
Unbelievable, Aaron.
Has he?
That's off now anyway, so
no.
we can focus on a shirt.
There's also a comment coming in. I don't know if you're going to be sad, Tom. VAR just denied Spurs qualification as well. Have you seen that, mate?
Yeah, basically, when you asked me about the Argentina shirt, I don't even know what I said. I give the worst answer ever. Harry Kane scored, and I was so professional. I held it together, and I was buzzing. Everyone's like ran to the bench. Everyone's going mad. Disallowed for VAR. Conte's gone mad. Conte's been sent off, and then there's just a brawl on the pitch. And yeah, that's the latest, Jeff. It's finished.
I love a good brawl. You know when they say like, "Oh, this is ruining football," I'm like, "Oh no, please! I need more of it. I need more of that." Like remember when Conte and Tuchel were going at it earlier in the season? I was like, "I need that every week. I need that."
It's when they lose control and you can just see like that madness in them, and then everyone just comes steaming in. But we've got a few like Romero and players like that. Like they love any excuse to just like throw a little head in there or anything like that. They're mad. But yeah.
Lovely stuff. So there we go. Number 9 on our list, Argentina 2007 away shirt, won by the women's team that got, I'm going to say something I shouldn't have said, smacked 11-0. I really did nearly.
Focus.
Yeah, I really did mess up there. Right, okay, Argentina 2008. 9th on our list, 20 points overall. Let's move on quickly and swiftly to number 8 on our list. Pains me, this one. 21 points overall, number 8. Let's just get into it. Let's get it over with. Brazil 2014 home shirt. Obviously, the 7-1 in the Maracanã, semi-final of the World Cup. It was 10th on my list. I mean, I don't like the colour, but I look at it and I just think of, do you know what I think of when I look at it? And I wasn't going to go too far forward, but you'll know what I mean exactly when I show it. Every time I look at this shirt, this is who I think of. Him, this old man who they made cry, right? Who was there to support his boys. Jose Carlos, whatever his name is, I don't know. And his daughter there, or his granddaughter. Look what you've made him do. Look what you did, David Luiz. Look what you did, Oscar. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's enough for me. Right. It was 10th on my list. It was also 10th on Tom's list. You don't have to say sorry, mate, because that's the name of the game. You don't have to apologize for putting a shirt 10th. But why did you put it bottom of the list?
Right, there's 2 reasons. So firstly, if you take off the Nike and the Brazil badge,
I know you're going to say.
It looks like that horrendous top that everyone
had. I was going to say that.
Like Simon on the In-Betweeners.
It really does.
And the fact this was 2014, so it was like 7-8 years too late as well. Do you know what I mean? Everything about it. And that bothered me at the time, and it's like you've really relit that flame in me.
Sorry, mate. Okay.
And secondly, the fit's really bad. I remember at the time, because I think in the opening game, I think Neymar scored 2. I can't remember who it was against. And he was like dancing and that. And I thought, like, this is your tournament in your own country. And the fit's so bad. All the players just look completely malnourished wearing it. Like, they just look knackered. Just brought up a lot of bad memories, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, mate, you're not the only one. I'm right there with you. Shout out to Max from Fitted for Fans as well. He's been on the channel a couple of times. He obviously sells shirts, and he did a live on TikTok, and he opened all the shirts. Got this shirt, and he's DMing me, trying to sell it me. Like, listen, I will never own this shirt. Like, not only is it a bad shirt, but it makes me want to cry. So no, I'm not going to own it, Matt. So leave me alone. Right, we'll move on. Let's go to. Who can we go to? Let's go to Dan. Could you put it 4th on your list, mate? So you're a big fan of Top Man, I guess.
I quite like the colour. I feel like I'm outnumbered now.
You was definitely one of them 2 for £10 ones, weren't you? I can tell.
But yeah, I like the colour, and like it's the kind of the same width on the sleeve. That's really nice. And the name, I'm a big fan of the name set. Like the font use is really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all Brazil kits always look good. I've never seen a Brazil kit and thought that's a shocker. And I think that apart from this year's, I think it's probably the best one for the last 10, 15 years, maybe after the T90 template. But I really like it. And I feel like you're falling out with me now.
No, I'm not falling out. No, I've never fallen out with you, mate. I just don't think it's the best they've had since the ones. There's been other ones I've liked a lot. But I respect your opinion. Each to their own and stuff. That's why we rank them the way we do. Let's go to you then, Ollie, because 8th on your list, I believe. What was it about this Top Man T-shirt with a Nike badge on that you didn't like?
Exactly the same as Tom. If Tom didn't say it, I would have. It reminded me of going to college in the late 2000s and being the envy of all my classmates wearing a shirt just not too dissimilar to it. But I agree with you. High esteem Brazil shirts, 2006, 98, 94. Yeah. I think that's just it's almost betraying the climate of how good Brazil shirts normally are. Yeah, and it's so basic. It's not very nice, really. And the fact this match was a bit painful for me as well. I know exactly where I was. I know it was famous for other reasons, but I was actually arrested in Vietnam. They had this game on, and I had food poisoning at the same time. So this was like a blessing from the footballing gods to watch Brazil getting spanked. It was So there's that traumatic memories implanted in my brain with it as well.
Yeah, it's quite traumatic. Jesus Christ.
It's a long story.
Wait, I bet we'll do it for another time. That's something I need to hear. Kendall, we'll finish off with you. Second on your list.
Anything Brazil shirt, I like. I like basics. I'm a basic bitch. I like clean. I like clean lines. I like simple. I like everything about that. I like that the collar's a little bit different because obviously, clearly, I was sadly not a top man purchaser in those early days. I was only 11 in 2007, but I probably did fancy a few, you know, out of the boy bands in the top man shirts. But yeah, I like it. Any Brazil shirt, I'm pretty much a fan of anyway. And you know, it's going to be even more sweeter when we see Bruno wearing it in the World Cup this year. So yeah, I like it. In general, everything like that kit, apart from the collar, because it's not my favorite sort of collar, but everything about it, just the fact that it's basic, everything matches the Brazilian colors. Just the whole colorway of the kit, I am a fan of. So it wasn't necessarily the design that I love; it's just everything else about it. So yeah, it was very high on my list because a Brazil shirt would pretty much be very high on my list all of the time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think I agree with Jackson. He's saying they should have a round neck. If you have a round neck, it makes it just a whole lot better. That collar just really does.
It always looks 10 times worse on them pictures. Like when you like look at it up close, it just looks way worse than actually on a player.
Yeah, and that's why I do send the two pictures, because sometimes you don't get the proper look when it's on the players. It looks obviously a lot better. Sorry, old man. It does look better. But yeah, there we go. Number 8 on the list, Brazil, 2014 home shirt. I mean, yeah, the worst World Cup result for me that's ever happened. 21 points overall, 7th on our list then, with 22 points, only beating it out by 1 little point. Is this? It's the Spain 3rd shirt from 2014, the same World Cup. They got battered by the Netherlands 5-1 in their group game 4 years after they beat them in the final. So it's a nice bit of revenge for the Netherlands. Obviously, it's famous for that Van Persie diving header. He leaped like a trout to nod a goal in. Van Gaal's team. Where did he get to in that? Well, it was the semi-finals he got to, wasn't it? I think. I can't remember. Anyway, we move on. I had it number 8 on my list. It's just a basic Spain shirt, isn't it, guys? Let's be honest. Let's start with, who can we start with? Let's start with you, Kendall, this time. 5th on your list with this one. What is it like on the road?
Spain are this team that I normally follow after England, simply because of Fernando Torres. Always have done, just kept the tradition going. Because like 2 of my all-time favorite players are Spanish. Like 2 of my top 5 all-time favorites. So yeah, it's not necessarily a traditional looking Spain kit, but again, as I've mentioned several times in this show now, I like basic clean line shirts, and this is exactly that. Really funny actually, because for some reason I actually like Spain red and white. Was a red, yellow, and white, I guess. Atleti red and white. Yeah, I'm a Newcastle fan, so I don't know why I like red and white kit so much. But yeah, it again, it's just everything that I like about a kit, and I like the older Adidas shirts, like the designs and the just general Adidas shirts from like the early 2000s, to like 2000, 2010. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll come to you on this one next then. You had it 7th on your list on this one. Jackson saying the crest pops nicely on it. Is that a redeeming quality for you to have it so low?
It's a good badge. Spain have a good badge. I'm a big fan of international badges, to be fair. What I don't like about it is that, as you saw on the Brazil shirt, you had the Nike badge, the Nike ticket, completely opposite and kind of symmetrical to the badge. On this shirt, they've put the Adidas logo central, and it just looks like they've got it completely wrong. It kind of looks awkward. There's like the gap where the Brazil shirt would have had the Nike tick. On this shirt, it's almost just looks like an awkward blank space, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really work for me, and it kind of looks like a creamy white with the lines in the middle as well. I don't know. It kind of looks like almost like a Ralph Lauren top rather than a football shirt.
Yeah, I agree. Dan, centralised back. That made this a lot better. You think of the Spain shirts. This World Cup, is it centralised? I think, or the Germany one especially. You think centralised would have helped in ranking? You had it 8th on your list.
Well, I think either the badge be in the middle or the Adidas badge move to the side. But I think having both, again, it just makes it look awkward, doesn't it? I don't think it's a pretty boring shirt as it is. It's just white with a bit of red on the sleeves. That's why it was so low. I think it's the same as you. It's pretty boring. Nothing too much going on. And
definitely not one that you're gonna bankrupt yourself with. Then I'm guessing.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it cost that much. Anyway, I think they didn't do too well. It's not going to go down. Again, we had it on Earth with the Argentina. It just looks like a rehash of the team in a more simple way for me. Does it really?
Yeah.
Too much. We'll finish off with you, Tom, because you had it 5th on your list, same as Kendall. So a little bit higher up, middle of the road. Is it a good shirt? You tell me.
I wouldn't say it was a bad shirt. I think that's as good as it's getting. I think it's not bad. There's nothing great about it, but there's nothing like horrendous. I think, did they have something on the other side?
Yeah.
They would have had the FIFA badge on it for the world.
Because I thought, like at the time, I'd have thought that was horrible at the time if it had had that space, but it looks a bit more symmetrical with that, so it don't look as bad. But you'd have thought they'd have put something like that on the replica, so it didn't look so stupid. But I was going to say they live and learn, but it was ages ago, weren't it? So they probably haven't. But it's sound. There's nothing particularly horrible about it. There's nothing great about it.
No. Yeah. For me, that picture, I just noticed that now, obviously, because you mentioned it. Now it looks too busy because you've got the number, you've got the FIFA badge, you've got the Adidas, you've got their crest, then you've also got the embroidery of the fixture below. I'm like, what? Make your mind up, guys. Come on. But yeah, I mean, it's okay, but it's just obviously known for that massive beating from the Netherlands. Their kit wasn't great there either, to be fair to you.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I like it.
No, Netherlands do some nice blue shirts.
They do.
This is one of them for me. But there we go. Spain, number 7 on our list, 22 points overall. Kind of get into the middle of the pack now. Another one. It's like I'm really trying to hurt myself today, guys. Maybe it's a bit of therapy in some of the shirts that I've chosen. But I feel like it had to go in this shirt because it's a humiliating defeat, probably the worst we've probably had in the Premier League, apart from the 5-0 against Kendall's Newcastle, obviously, back in the 90s. It's this shirt from Manchester United 2011. Obviously famous for the 6-1 at Old Trafford. I look at Dan's face. You stop smiling like that, please, mate. Get that smile off your face. Obviously the 6-1 at Old Trafford. Apparently it should have been 10. I don't agree with that. He scored literally 5 goals in the last 4 minutes when we went down to 10 men. Don't let him gash you up. 24 points then. 6th place. 6 on my list. It's a nice United shirt. Probably one of the better ones we had from Nike before they started to do us all badly. That's all I'll say on that one. Let's start with Dan. I'll start with you because you said there's a reason why you had one number 10. Is it simply because it's a Manchester United shirt?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's all I've got in my notes. It's just the United shirt.
What do you not think? If you look at the result, would the result not make you want to put this higher because of what it means or what it signifies to you?
Well, it was either put it 1 because of the result or bottom because of United shirt, and I couldn't put United shirt top. So
put it 5th, meet halfway.
No, I couldn't be doing that. Can't be doing that.
So yeah, for me as a United fan, looking at this shirt, I think of that result when I look at this shirt. Again, it's another shirt I can't own. And I also think it's the first shirt or the shirt that you first won the Premier League in. So as much as it's my team, but I have negative thoughts, you must look at this and have positive thoughts about this shirt, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's great. That's the best game. That's the best game I've ever watched. 100%.
Yeah, not fair. Fair enough.
And I thought this when we scored a few earlier today, I thought we're gonna have another 6-1 here, and then scored 2 to just ruin it. So.
Talking about 2011, not 2020. Okay, that's not. Ollie, we'll come to you as a United fan then, because you had it 4th on your list. So clearly, the memories don't hurt you as bad. But is it a case you put them out your mind, and it is just a nice Manchester United shirt?
Kind of. So this is actually also the shirt we beat Arsenal 8-2 in. Let's not forget that.
That's correct.
So it does have redeeming features. I own this shirt. It's probably still got a long sleeve version because I thought I was Dimitar Berbatov in my mind. Nice. So I quite like the shirt. And I think this was in the middle of 2 shit shirts that we had. So remember the United shirt with the white stripes down the shoulders with the collar. I thought that was trash, and with the chevron as well.
Yeah. So
it's in between those 2 shirts. I quite like this. It was simple. It's nice and symmetrical. Sponsors just plain, which is good, and a nice, cute little collar. As a shirt, it stands alone. Memories a bit iffy, as you quite rightly said. But as a standalone shirt, I think it is just it's not a classic, but it is classic.
That's true. That's true. Tom, we'll come to you on it. You had it 3rd on your list.
Yeah, I really like it, mate. I think it's sound, and do you know what? I'm all about what Ollie said. The season before and the season after, you won the title with horrible shirts, and I don't know. I feel like you did get a good shirt, and then you almost won it. But I think it's just really nice. It's dead plain. It looks quite classy. And the one thing that I always think of when I see this shirt was Rooney just appeared with a full head of hair and was just hitting the top corner with everything at the start of the season, weren't he? He was just insane. I think it's really nice. I think it's a dead nice shirt.
Yeah, I think Aeon probably one of the best, apart from Sharp, probably the best sponsor we've had on a shirt. We should have really kept that, I think. Kendall, just before we come to you, Jackson's been on and he's got something you might like. Shame we didn't have the 5-0 Newcastle game, so we can talk about Albert chipping Schmeichel. I'm happy we didn't have that in there, to be fair to you.
I bet yeah.
Do you know what? Looking back, I thought I've got to put at least one Manchester United result in there. And the 6-1 is obviously a very famous one, but I probably could have done a full show of it, humiliating defeats for Manchester United.
I was just about to say you couldn't ask me to do one because it would literally take me 4 days to get through it all. Every single year has been a humiliating defeat for me since 2004. But what are your thoughts on this Manchester United shirt, given that you put it 8th on your list? Well, it's not because I hate the shirt. To be fair, it was a bit of a biased ranking for me then. Because to be fair, the Premier League shirt I have put quite low because obviously Liverpool's was last as well. As a shirt, if it was any other club crest on there, I think I would have probably put it higher. I obviously like the black and white collar, lovely. That's absolutely lovely colourway. That obviously, I like it. It's clean, as I said. I like a basic clean line shirt, and that's exactly that. And so I actually do quite like it, but it's a lot better than I think than a lot of your shirts. At least in like the modern, I guess 2010s. So yeah, I quite like the shirt, but yeah, probably was absolutely. I'm with Dan, and it was definitely a bit of a bias putting it down there. Like,
no, fair. That sometimes happens on the show. I try not. See, I've got good at not doing that now. I think I can try and be objective.
I did try actually. I did really try not to be biased. So I think it was just like an internal monologue was like, no, you don't like it. You really don't like it. Put it low. Put it low.
Yeah, I'd say I try, and then I see a Liverpool shirt. I'm like, nah, I have to go near the bottom. To be fair, much like you, Kendall, with your agendas and stuff. So, Viking football YouTube. Yes, this is the kit we beat Arsenal 8-2. I almost did put that in. Then I felt that season, City winning the league, beating us, I felt they had to come in there. And this shirt, obviously, was the shirt we wore when we got battered 6-1 at Old Trafford by Manchester City. It should have been 10, apparently. And that has come 6 on our list with 24 points. Let's move on to number 5 then, middle of the road. And it is this with 27 points. It's Celtic are in there. I didn't show the picture, but we've all seen it enough, haven't we? I don't need to see anymore.
I just need to say that, like, literally Anderson was one of my, like, literally, I don't know why, but I loved him. I, like, genuinely loved him.
He was hilarious. He was like...
I actually loved him so much. Like, I had a poster of him. I didn't even support Man United, but I had a poster of him. And I remember, like, I scribbled, like, the Man United badge out. I got the poster in, I think it was probably, like, Match magazine or whatever the other one was, Kick or whatever it was. And, yeah, I scribbled the Man United badge out, but I wanted him on my wall, so I put him on there. Honestly, he's such a weirdo. I've just liked loads of, like, weird, random players over the years, and he's one of them.
You talk about weirdo. I shook his hand at a urinal once. He asked me if I washed my hand. He asked me if I washed my hand. I said, yeah, I'd not been there to think. But anyway, we'll move on.
Did he win the golden? He won the Golden Boy Award, didn't he? In like 2006 when he was at Porto.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And we brought him and turned him into I don't know what.
We turned him into poor man's Gilberto Silva.
Yeah, meant to be the next Ronaldinho. He turned into the next Jemba. Anyway, let's go to number 5 then. Celtic's away shirt from 2016, I believe. And the game they lost, I had to look these up because I'd never even heard of them. It's the Lincoln Red Imps, a team. I think that name would get banned now if you brought a team out, the Imps. I know thing they've got. It's a shame Josh isn't here because obviously he's from Lincoln, and I thought it was like a pub team from Lincoln, but it's not. They're from Gibraltar, and they beat Celtic 1-0 in the Champions League qualifying round. And they had a taxi driver, a policeman, and a fireman. One of them had just completed his shift driving his cab and then showed up for the game. I like how they make it sound like it's really like, he just dropped his kids off at school. He's like, come round, It was also as well, it was Brendan Rodgers' debut game for Celtic as he took over as manager. But they romped home 3-0 on the return leg, so it wasn't too bad. But this is the kit they were wearing in Gibraltar when they got beat by the Lincoln Red Imps. I had it 5th. I'm spot on with that. But New Balance shirt is nice. It's black and gold. You still got them stupid lines and that piping similar to Liverpool, but it's nicer. Let's go. Who can we start with? Let's start with you, Dan. You had it 6, one place lower than myself. As New Balance shirts go, it's not that bad, is it?
No, I think it's quite good. I mean, you can't really. I don't think you can go wrong with black and gold. And like it's very similar to the Liverpool one, but even just having the lines spaced out a bit more and that one connecting across the top, it just makes it a lot better. And like they've done it again. We've changed the badge and the sponsor to match the shirt, which works. But yeah, it's not too special, but it's probably one of the best New Balance have done. But just a few that were a little bit better.
Yeah, no, spot on, mate. Kendall, let's come to you on this one. 3rd on your list. Was it the black and gold that did it for you?
Yeah, 100% black and gold. I own so many black and gold kits because I just love black and gold colourway. Despite the fact it's New Balance, and to be fair, I didn't like the stripes on the Liverpool one, and I don't like them on this. But just in general, black and gold. I like how everything matches. There's no random colours here, there, and everywhere. It's all black and gold. Like I have the Bayern one, I have the Germany one, I have ours off last season as well, the black and gold one. So yeah, I just love black and gold kits, so that's why it was so high on mine. And to be honest, my Scottish team is not Celtic or Rangers, it's Hibernian because I went to university in Edinburgh. So yeah, I like it. There's nothing really much wrong with it. I just don't. It's just the sponsor I don't like. But yeah. I mean, there's nothing really much you can do about sponsors these days. I hated when we had Wonga as well. So yeah, it's just a sponsor I don't like. But other than that, the design and stuff I quite like.
So with all them black and gold kits, you're the reason why people keep bringing them out because you're buying them all.
Yeah, I'm the one.
You're not letting it down.
If people want to send me kits to advertise, then black and gold kits, please do. Obviously within reason. Not a Real Madrid one or something. But yeah, black and gold kits all the way. I'm here for it. Like
Retro Football Kits were in the chat before. If you're still watching,
I'll go back up next with black and gold.
Yeah. Tom, let's come with you next on it. You had it 9th on your list, mate. So you're not a fan of black and gold.
I love black and gold, but this is shocking. Like, it's just, if it had been one or the other. So I think the collar's good, and I like the stripe at the top. And if they'd have left it at that and maybe put a bit of gold on the sleeve, I thought that'd look really good. But it's like, when you're a kid and you do a drawing, and like it looks all right, and then you just think, oh, screw it, and you just start like just putting needless stuff on it. It just looks like a mess in the end. Like those lines at the bottom, they're just pointless. Like it doesn't look that classy now because it's got them. But it's just shocking. It's like two people have designed it, and whoever did the top half has done like a sterling job, and then they've just got some absolute clown to do the bottom half.
Yeah, they do look a bit wonky, to be fair to you. No, thanks for that, Tom. Ollie, we'll finish off with you then, because you had it 5th on your list. So for you, it's not the best, or the second. It's maybe the second best black and gold since Sam Spiro.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I quite liken it to the 2007. It was 2007-08 Portsmouth away kit or third kit.
Yeah,
that was a great black and gold kit.
That was
probably
nice.
The nicest one I've seen. It basically reminded me of that, which is why I put it 5th, to be honest.
Okay.
But now Tom is pointing out those inadequacies. I can't help but agree with him. So fifth is probably where it belongs. But yeah, I think you guys nailed it already. To be honest, for a New Balance shirt, it's not half bad.
No, absolutely. 5th on our list then, Celtics away shirt, which they lost 1-0 to the Lincoln Red Imps over in Gibraltar. 27 points. Apologies. Right, we're getting into the Champions League places now. 4th place, 30 points, and it goes to a set of world champions. It's France. Dan's got it in the background. I'm glad someone's got that shirt. 2002, they lost the opening game in Japan and South Korea to Uli, Senegal. They were the world champions at the time. Expected to do great again in that tournament. Like I said, he lost to a Papa Bouba Diop goal. And they came bottom of the group as well with just 1 point. And I think the other two teams, I want to say, with Denmark and Greece, I think, maybe.
I think it was Uruguay.
Uruguay, you got it. Thank you. I did my notes and I didn't put that bit in the notes, so I apologise for that. But would anyone like to, how bad this result? It probably is. The score wasn't bad, but the result was probably, or the upset was probably worse. Because if you listen to this France team, the team that started this game, Barthez, Thuram, Leboeuf, Desailly, Lizarazu, Wiltord, Petit, Djorkaeff, Vieira, Henry, and Trezeguet. That's the team that started. Zidane was on the bench, didn't get on, may have been injured. But for me, I think that's a massive upset. I put it 4th on my list. I love this Nike, not even Nike, Adidas kit from France. You may notice, I shouldn't really probably tell you, but the full kit rankers font that you can see in the background, that is actually on this shirt. Font. I liked it. I think it's a nice shirt. I like the paneling, the red paneling. But we'll move on to go someone else. Dan, you've got the shirt in the background. We'll start with you on this one then, mate. 5th on your list. You like it enough to own it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I really like it. And the big seller is the line on the sleeves. Just because they've got it in red and blue and it's the France flag. That's what put it up there for me. And I don't know what the material is, but it's really comfy. And I find myself wearing it a lot more than my other shirts. And I didn't think I would when I got it. I just thought, it's cool. I'll get it. But yeah, I wear it quite often. But yeah, it's really comfy. I like the red paneling down the side as well.
Yeah.
I thought it looked a bit out. I thought it looks a bit out of place, but I think it adds to it. It'd be a bit boring otherwise. And I know they don't change. I know the badge is gold anyway, and it's not been changed. But the badge is gold, and I like it.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. You not got a number on the back of yours, have you?
No, it's plain. No.
Plain. Oh well, never mind.
Sorry, let you down.
No, it's fine, mate. Don't worry. I'm not judging. No judging here. Ollie, we'll come to you on this one next. It was 6 on your list overall. So, what for you was sort of missing the mark on this shirt?
I think someone's just put it in the chat. The purple armpits really threw me off, to be honest. It just looks, they deserve to lose against Senegal. I mean, what were they thinking? Especially that team. But I'm such a big fan of the 98 shirt. I think that's one of my favorite shirts of all time. I think it's generally in my top 5. So to go from that to this is a massive backward step, similar with my argument for the Brazil shirt, to be honest. They've had such good shirts over the years, and that it just looks naff. It's peak noughties, don't get me wrong, but it's yeah, I'm glad they lost.
Fair enough. I think it was a template for the Adidas in this. Was it Spain's away was white and it had red as well, or yellow?
Did Germany have it as well? Was it
Germany
black
would have
underneath?
had it, yeah. So it was a template for that World Cup, and I think all the font and name sets were all the same as well. Kendall, let's come to you on it next then. You had it 6 on your list as well, same as Ollie. Not a fan, or just a bit meh?
No, it is. If it didn't have those panels under the armpits, it would have been top 1 easy. Like for me, no. Well, maybe not because the one I've put first, I love and I have, but it would at least been second for me because again, basic, simple. Love the France flag on the arms, but yeah, it's just the purple. I mean, I know they're meant to be red, but they look a bit pinkish toned. Looks like there's issues. I don't know what's going on there, but other than that, I love France's kits as well. I think international kits just over club kits are always my favourite. But yeah, it's just I like everything else about it apart from the purple panels. But to be fair, I did find it really difficult, like ranking the shirts. So where I've put them, I'm like, oh, did I actually put that there? I'm surprised at my own self. So yeah, but it's just one of them things. I think it just ruined it slightly with the red panels, in my opinion.
Yeah, fair one on that one. Tom, we'll finish off for you with this one. Sorry to stifle you on there, mate, on that time. You were like me. You had it 4th, so you must be a bit of a fan of France's big cock.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, I'm not saying anything else. Yeah, no, it's sound. Do you know what? I love the Adidas and Nike templates from this World Cup. I think both had it really good, and it was with the Adidas ones. It was kind of like meshy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and yeah, massive fan. Really, really do like it. And I remember I had this is a weird story. I was in my first year at secondary school, and this was like a midday kickoff. And I remember some lad gave me a little earphone, but it was like an AM radio, so you can put it in. Like, so I was in my maths class, and I had it on. And when Senegal scored, I went mad because obviously, like everyone was just expecting France to trounce them.
Yeah.
And I went mad, and the teacher gave me a right rollicking for it. But yeah, it was worth it. Good times.
It was. So there we go. France's 2002 World Cup home shirt. Obviously, after they got beat by Senegal, being the world champions, not expected at all. Like Tom said, they were expected to ease that group stage. Not even just that result, that fixture, and they came bottom of the group. Probably the worst showing from a world champion. I think Germany didn't do too well either, did they, in 2018? But yeah, there we go. We'll move on to number 3 on our list. It's starting to get juicy now. The automatic Champions League places. And it jumps up a little bit. I've actually got a joint. Actually, these two are joint second. I have to say, they're both on 40 points. I've gone alphabetical in terms of how I've put them. So have a look at French is there. I mean, it does look good, doesn't it? I feel like it. El Hadj Diouf, the spitter.
I like their kit.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, proper.
Massively, that big fan of that. Is that Lecoq Sportif?
It is, yeah. early noughties Lecoq, that in it.
Absolutely. I mean, whenever I used to like bring PE bags in school, and they were Lecoq Sportif PE bags.
Oh. Also noticed, it's. When was the last time you had a match that had teams with cocks on the shirt? Anyway, let's move on quickly then to the next
tonight.
Right.
I said Tottenham tonight.
Yeah, well, that's true.
There's 11 of them out there tonight. Let's move on, shall we?
You said it. Yeah, number 3 on our list. Oh, no, it's number 3. Joint second on our list with 40 points. Is this from 1989? It's probably the oldest shirt we've got on the list. I love it. It's the Real Madrid away shirt. 1989. The reason why we've chosen this one is because, as of writing it down from my research, it's still to this day the biggest humiliation that Real Madrid have had in the European Cup. They lost 5-0 to AC Milan. They drew 1-1 at the Bernabeu, and then the second leg, they got absolutely battered by Milan at the San Siro. Ancelotti, Frank Rijkaard, and Ruud Gullit gave the hosts a 3-goal lead before half-time. And in the second half, Marco van Basten and Roberto Donadoni, one of my favourite names to say, by the way, Donadoni, added to the scoring, completing a 5-0 rout in the semi-finals of the Champions League or European Cup, as it was known back then. It's Hummel. It's a beautiful pattern. I'm not a Real Madrid fan, but it's a beautiful shirt. Second on my list, this one. That came out now. It'd be sold. Dan would be bankrupting himself again. 100%. So yeah, second on my list had to be Kendall. I want to start with you because you're obviously a big Atleti fan. So obviously you're arch rivals, so to speak. But you did put it 7th on your list, so it must have had some redeeming qualities for you.
Yeah, the kit in general, I don't actually mind. Again, I have said I don't like a collared shirt. That's just personal preference. Just on me, I don't like a collared shirt. I do think they look quite smart sometimes, but yeah, I don't like collars or buttons in general. But yeah, I don't actually mind the shirt, to be fair. Again, it's very clean looking. It's very like a neat shirt. I really like the pattern on it. But yeah, it was actually really hard to rank them. So yeah, it went 7th for me. Which as well, I think probably one of them that's coming now you'll be angry at, because I did put it really low. But again, it's just the colours.
I know. Say, I just had to remind myself of where. Obviously, I'm just looking to see who to go next, to see where else put him. You're the only person. Everyone else put this shirt second. You're the only person that had a different score to everyone else. Everyone else had it second on the list. Big shout out to Jackson coming again. He's saying he's really unclear who made this shirt. Yeah, that's very true.
I love the sponsor though. Like, why can't we just have more plain sponsors like that? Like, that just looks so nice. Just leave it at that. We always have like no random stuff now on front of shirts.
That's very true. Just the word is enough, I guess.
Yeah.
But, logos are a big thing though, aren't they? I guess, and people need to associate with a logo and all that kind of nonsense. Chevrolet, I'm looking at you. Okay, right. I guess who would like to talk about it? You're all second. Dan, Ollie, Tom, who would like to talk? Raise your hand. Rather than me pick, you tell me you want to talk about it.
Go on, I'll go.
Oh, thank God for that.
Leave the awkward silence for someone else. I got a soft spot for kind of mint blue shirts for some reason, especially late 80s mint blue shirts, I guess. I really like kind of like Lazio, Brescia, those kind of shirts as well.
Yeah.
Again, I don't mind the collar. I really like the shoulders with the kind of chevrons.
Yeah.
And again, I think Kendall said the Parmalat sponsor. It's plain, it's simple. To this day, I don't really know what Parmalat is. I remember it on the Parma shirts as well. Good sponsor. The badge is kind of classic as well. Hummel. It's a great shirt. Fantastic shirt.
Yeah. I'm sure it's something to do with food. Jackson's jerseys. Can you get in the chat quick and let me know about Parmalat? I'm sure it's something to do with.
Was it a yogurt or something?
I'm sure it was like a food distribution company. I'm sure.
Right.
I can't remember. Jackson's jersey will tell us. He's all knowing. So he'll let us know. Thanks, Ollie, for that one. Tom, let's go to you next. Second for you as well.
Yeah, I love it. It's just there's so much to like pick out with it. It's great, and Hummel did a lot of Spurs shirts in like the late 80s, so I've got a soft spot for them anyway. But you'd think like normally when a manufacturer does the shirt and there's going to be extra writing on it, it'd be like Madrid or something. They've full on owned this and just put Hummel everywhere. Like any crevice they can write Hummel, they have done to the point where the collar looks borderline. If you see the collar on its own, it just looks like tartan, doesn't it? But yeah, they're not even bothered, are they? They've just gone for it. I love it.
Oh no, yeah, it's they've fully gone for it. I think there's a Kappa shirt, the Real Betis Kappa shirt from the 90s, and it's got a big K and a big A. And they're literally spelling Kappa on the shirt. It's a great way to get your brand out there, Dan. I'm sure you'll agree. For you, again, second place. So what was it so much about this Real Madrid shirt that made you have it so high, I guess?
I mean, I love the pattern. I love that it carries onto the collar and then not just left it plain. And the chevrons going down the sleeves. I think Hummel always do that, but it always works. Nice and simple. And I didn't even clock at first that the pattern spat out Hummel. I just thought that was really nice. That's going high up. So maybe I'd push it. Maybe I push it higher, but like it solidifies itself in second, definitely with that.
Yeah. No, fair enough, mate. Jackson. Sorry, you gonna say something? Sorry.
I just don't really like it.
All right, fair enough, mate. Yeah, Jackson's been on. I thought, Parmalat are an Italian food company. I knew it had something to do with food. So yeah, there we go. Real Madrid's away shirt from 1989. Just a quick picture of them in it. Would be good. There's that. Look at Van Basten there, beautiful bastard. Yeah, there we go. Real Madrid's away shirt, 1989, getting beat 5-0 at the San Siro versus Milan to get knocked out of the semi-finals of the European Cup, as it was known back then. Coming joint second with 40 points, the second team, then on 40 points as well in our list. And it's the second team that makes up the El Clasico. I'm absolutely devastated about this, by the way. It's the Barcelona route. So I've made a mistake here. Well, not a mistake, but the shirt I've got here is the shirt from that season. But this is the home shirt that they wore in the league. This is actually their European shirt that they wore for their, obviously, campaign in Europe. It's the same period, but it's pretty much the same shirt. So this has got 40 points, joint second as well. It was number one on my list. Kendall won't like it, but Barca are my second team. So I had to put it number one. I absolutely love it. Let's start with you, Ollie, because you agreed with me that this is the best shirt we've had of the 10. Tell everyone why we were right about that.
Well, I think this is just one of the iconic shirts of all time, to be honest. I think it just screams all those classic players from like the early 90s. And what a great period of time for the 90s football as well. I think that's what this, if you show this shirt to many people, that's the memories that will kind of allure in their mind, is the kind of classic 90s football when so much change was going on. Again, I think it's the sleeves that do it for me as well, and the lack of sponsor in the middle. So you could, in a way, say it's almost a national shirt. Catalan colours, it just works. There's something about it that just works, and it's kind of like it's poetry in motion, really. It's kind of a timestamp on that era of football, and I think it's more than a shirt. It's a piece of art.
I absolutely agree with you, mate. A bit more on the shirt then. So yeah, this was the shirt that was worn in the European Cup final in 1994 at Wembley, I believe, or maybe not. They lost 4-0 again. Milan showing up and battering a Spanish side. So yeah, they were favourites going into the game, and they ended up losing. But that's a humiliating defeat. To get beat 4-0 in a final is quite humiliating for such a nice shirt as well. Let's go on to you then, Dan. You had it third on your list, so it's just missing out on your top two. Madrid just beat it. What were your thoughts overall? And you're a big Venezia fan for Kappa. I thought maybe this one would rank high.
Yeah, I do love it. I do love a bit of Kappa. And again, on the same with Hummel, like having it down the sleeves is really nice. And I think unless I'm seeing things, I think the pattern in it is the Barca badge as well, very subtly, which I really like. Oh, I think it is anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Just in there.
Yeah.
But what I really like is the collar.
Yeah.
And it's a bit different. I don't think I've seen a shirt like that. I don't know if it's a button up and that closes, but I really like it.
Yeah, so it's a lot similar to this one, I think, in that obviously the collar, and then it's got a little bit in the middle, which doesn't button up, but obviously this is the long sleeve version. It's got the tape in it. It's just absolutely beautiful. But yeah, no, some good thoughts on it, mate. I'm just a bit disappointed you not put it second, mate. To be fair.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's go with you then, Kendall. 9th on your list It can't just because.
To be fair, I think I was probably a little bit unfair on it, but I really don't like Barcelona kits, and it's nothing to do with the club. I don't like the club either, but it's nothing to do with the club. But I don't like them. It's just, as I've said, I much prefer just plain coloured shirts. So like the two colours together, I don't like anyway. Don't like the collar. Again, I normally quite like Kappa shirts, but for me, I'm like much more of I prefer modern era shirts than classic. Like even like with my own club shirts, I like the mid-90s shirts, the Adidas, but I'm mostly probably in the past 10 years is when I've bought the most. Or not bought the most, but preferred the most. So yeah, I just prefer the modern kits, but I have been quite unfair on it, to be fair, because I don't think it should be 9th. I probably just put it there and just was like, I'll just leave it. But yeah, it looks like in terms of design, it's quite nice. I like the kappa on the sleeves again. Obviously, don't like the collar or this part. But yeah, other than that, I was a little bit unfair. But I just don't. In general, Barcelona home shirts I don't like anyway. I really like their away shirts normally. Barcelona do some really nice away shirts, but yeah, don't like the home shirts too much. But I think, to be fair, I have been quite unfair on them.
Yeah, I will agree, but we'll move on. Finish off with you, Tom. Top of the list for you as well, mate. It's just 90s brilliance, isn't it? Like Ollie said, it's just art. This shirt.
Yeah, I'm honestly when I saw this had popped up second, I am shook. Honestly, like.
I think it's my fault. It would have been first.
Honestly, I was expecting obviously a different shirt, and I was stunned when I saw that. It's just mint, isn't it? It's lovely. And I think Ollie said it as well, where it's like it's a timestamp. If you see with a lot of Barcelona shirts from like early 90s to I think it was probably about 98. The red on it, it's like it's a really kind of like vibrant, like almost like childlike red. And then as it got to like 98, it kind of went like a bit more serious, like a bit more like not a purpley red, but do you know what I mean? Like a bit of a deeper red. Yeah. And so it just I love them. It's just dead vibrant, and so all sorts going on. The collar's mint, the little bit in between the collar, and I love that. Just for the sake of it, they'll just stick a Kappa logo in the middle of it just for a laugh. And it's mint. I love it. Can't believe it's not finished first. Honestly, I'm gutted.
No, do you know,
Kendall, you've done me here.
I love the shorts of Kappa kits though, and just 90s shorts in general.
Yeah,
very tight. When I was scoring it, and I took, you know, when you do that thing when you redo something twice, I think I've counted it wrong. Surely it's not.
Like playing
golf. It is my fault. Yeah. To be fair, as I say, I wasn't fair, so it's my fault. So let's just say the rankings aren't, what's the word, guaranteed in this show, because it was my fault. And when I've been speaking about it, I haven't really said much wrong about it, really, just personal preference. So, it was. I do agree. I was very harsh on it.
It's absolutely fine. Don't you worry about it. And that's the way the cookie crumbles here on Full Kit Rankers. It has come joint second with Real Madrid, 40 points overall. But the team that has won it and the shirt that has won it did only win by 1 point. So it was very, very tight at the top. Three teams separated, or 3 shirts separated by 1 point is very rare on this show. And it is, I would say this shirt is definitely more known for the result rather than actually being a great shirt for me personally. And it is this from 2017. PSG third shirt, famous for that absolute humiliation. So it's probably right to come top, because I think this probably is one of the worst. The 6-1 versus Barcelona after winning the first leg 4-0 over in France. We were expected to go through, and then Neymar and Sergio Roberto in particular had other ideas, and like I say, winning 6-1 at the Nou Camp to knock PSG out. Third on my list, I do really like it. It's a great shirt. PSG shirts are always clean, are always nice. But yeah, let's get into the panel and see what they liked about it. We'll start with you, Tom, because you had it lower than the 5 was, or the lowest, in 6th place. So what was it that wasn't quite magnifique about this shirt for you?
Mate, I'm fuming with this. Honestly, Right, the badge is nice and the shirt is dead clean, but England had a really similar shirt for the 2018 World Cup. Spurs had the same home shirt, like identical that season.
Yeah.
Chelsea had an away shirt the same. I've seen it a million times. So the badge is nice, but other than that, it's just. I know it's nice that it's plain and stuff, but it's just really, really like regurgitated. And I'm not going to sleep tonight now.
Oh, what's he done?
Bunch of scumbags, honestly.
Fuming.
He's fuming. Let's quickly move on then, shall we? Before we cause Tom to have a meltdown and break his camera or his laptop or whatever. Let's get into. Ollie, we'll come to you then. Come to you. Third on your list then, similar to me. Is Tom right to be mad? Or would
he is. I wish we moved it fourth now. Just said the Barcelona shirt came first. I'm a bit pissed off with myself, but there we go. I detest PSG. I think they're an awful club. I really don't. I just from top to bottom, I can't stand them. But I've got to give props to their design team because I'm not too familiar with that shirt, to be honest. But then when you sent the pictures through, I was like, well, you know what? You can't fault it. It looks slick. It just looks like someone's put the word Instagram into a machine. They press Control Pre, and that's what's being printed out. It just looks slick. It looks modern, very much with the times. And it's the badge just doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But the pinstripe down the side, it's a class shirt. I think Man City had quite a similar one. Maybe was it last season before. But it's just the same. It's a PSG shop, really. Shirt even. But yeah, I was not expecting that to come first. That is a shocker.
Yeah, I think we have two people to blame for that, for putting it number one on their list, respectively. Kendall, will come to you. It seemed, I don't remember the iridescent badges being a thing before this shirt. Obviously, we've seen it come in a lot more. You think of them England shirts, Barcelona as well. For you, what was the reason was number one? Is it because you're a basic? I'm not going to say that word. But is that literally the reason?
Pretty much. This shirt is literally everything I would like in a shirt, because as I've said, I much prefer modern kits. Night kit's probably my favorite overall. I love the badge. I love the cleanness of it. I love that it's very simple and only two colours. Like Leeds home kit this year, I adore. I absolutely love Leeds' home kit this year. It's everything that I like about a kit. Plus black and white. Obviously, it's a bit more white, but I don't like PSG in general as a club, but I own a lot of PSG kits. Specifically from probably the last 5 years, because I love the design, and especially obviously with Jordan now, I love it even more. So, it's just, as I said, I'm very modern with my shirts. I much prefer modern shirts to classic fits. It's everything. I don't have one single fault about it apart from that the fact it is PSG. But other than that, I absolutely love it.
Lovely stuff. Then let's finish off with you then, Dan. Number one for you as well, mate. Not to say, to judge or to say anything like that, but when I sent this list, in my head, I thought you would put this number one, just because I think it's a shirt. I could see you doing a transition in. Let's just say that. So why was it number one?
I mean, I feel like I'm the opposite to everyone. I love it. I love a bit of PSG. I don't know if that's just City have got money, PSG have got money, and
maybe I should start liking them now. Hello.
Well, like Kendall saying, all the Jordan stuff, I love that. I've got a few bits from that. But the Nike ticks iridescent as well. That was a big seller.
Yeah.
I know you can't see it properly on the picture, but I didn't actually watch the game, so I can't. I mean, nothing to do with that. Just based it on the kit. I watched City draw 0-0 with Stoke instead. I think I probably picked the wrong game there, but
you did, mate. Yeah, you did.
But yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up buying it at some point. It is a nice shirt. I love a bit of PSG.
Yeah, there we go then. There it is, number one on our list. Some of our panel are happy, some are absolutely raging. That PSG and their third shirt from 2016-17, the shirt they wore when they had a most humiliating defeat against Barcelona at Nou Camp, 6-1. Has come top of the list just by 1 point, 41 points overall. There we have it. My due diligence time, show you that I do not cheat. And I do rank everyone. I put everyone's scores in, and it does come up with the final list, not you. So there we go. That's our list, and that is our show for tonight. I was just going to say quickly before we go, don't forget 10% off your orders with retro football kits using code TalkingKit10. They do now sponsor this show, which is it's pretty good, isn't it? It's all right. So we go. That was this week's show. I'm glad you've all been here to enjoy it with us. Let's go through everyone and find out where they are, where you can find them, and find out more and be more in their lives and be involved in them a little bit. Kendall, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a while or been a minute to get you on, but I'm glad it's happened, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, 100%. I might not be after them making the Barcelona shirt in a second. You're just being nice, but
It's fine. Don't worry.
No, thank you for having me. Honestly, it's been amazing. Yeah, really loved it. If you want to find me, I am here. This is all my socials. I was going to say socials: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, anything like that. Nothing much coming up at the moment. Just a little bit of this. We did like an advert for Premier League with Sky a few weeks ago. So keep an eye out that early December. I think roughly about the 15th of December. I think that's going to come out for the Premier League restart after the World Cup. So a little bit of content with that. So yeah, thank you for having me again.
Absolutely, anytime. Dan, thanks again, mate. Your hat-trick ball is in the post, like I said. The strikes may stop it, but where can everyone find you and what's going on at the minute, mate?
Well, not too much going on at the minute. I'll have plenty of posts of these out. I will drag them out as long as possible because I won't have any shirts for a while. But yeah, just Retro Shirts FC everywhere. I'm YouTube now. Starting.
Yeah, I've seen that. But yeah. Well, make sure you go and follow his and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well, and Kendall's obviously. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Ollie, come on, tell us all about Team of Our Lives, Dream of Our Lives. What's going on? When is it all coming?
Team of Our Lives. If you like noughties-based football content, that's the podcast to go to. Available wherever you listen to your podcasts. At Twitter, Team of Our Lives, or Instagram, Team of Our Lives. .podcast. More guests going on in the new year, but we're also doing a World Cup mini series called Dream of Our Lives as well, taking a bit more of a sideways and humorous look at the World Cup rather than taking it too seriously. If you're a fan of classic football as well, from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and noughties, I've got a pretty good TikTok channel called Paolo Panini, trying to hit 100,000 followers by Christmas. Nearly there, to be honest. So if you're a fan of football stickers, a middle-aged man going fucking crazy for no reason, yeah, try and find us on TikTok, and it's pretty good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you do that. Last but not least, the reason why Talking Kit is Talking Kit, the whole reason behind the channel. Tom, thank you very much for coming on, mate. It's been a pleasure. I'm happy you finally come on. You might not come on again because you absolutely, I can tell by your face, you're still raging. Your face is redder than your hair, mate. Fuck you know.
Mate, I want my song back.
You got no chance. Where can people find you? What have you got going on? I know you're doing music and stuff. So yeah, tell everyone.
So I think this is my Twitter handle, wherever it is. If you want to give us a follow, got loads going on. Got some massive gigs playing at the Cabin in Liverpool tomorrow, which is pretty much sold out. I've got something absolutely huge, but I can't mention it because I don't want to jinx it. But it's going to be like the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, and I've got a single coming out maybe at the end of this year if I can be bothered pushing it, or the start of next year. And yeah, loads going on. But yeah, it's all good, man.
Mate, amazing. Make sure you go and check in every single one of these amazing rankers out. It's been a pleasure to rank with you tonight in the Rank Bank. And we're going to be back next week for another episode of Full Kit Rankers. Also, the first Desert Island kits is coming out on Monday. We're starting off with a great episode. So basically, Desert Island kits is 5 shirts you own in your collection you would take to a desert island with you. I'm going to sit down with kit collectors and just go through their collection and the 5 shirts they've chosen. We're starting off with a match-worn collection as well, which is fucking mint, to be fair. It's a hard act to follow, I've got to say to everyone else that's going to do one. But yeah, that's coming out Monday, so look out for that. We'll be back next Wednesday with Full Kit Rankers. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon, and just make sure, as always, that you need to make sure you are Talking Kit.